Excellent game here this evening. Of course, Wildwood Catholic likes to get out. They like to run, and they like to put up threes. Atlantic City, of course, known for their tough man-to-man defense, and a lot of their offense comes off of their defense.
Probably with Wildwood Catholic, this favors them a little bit because they're playing in a bigger gym than their normal home gym, so they can spread things out and run like they like to do. They really like the up-tempo. I remember saw them in the first game of the year, and I was like extremely impressed, with how fast they, ran, and they ran their sets. And, I think we're going to have a close game here, Tony. I don't think it's going to be a runaway at all.
Absolutely not. Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com or visit their showroom on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. Well, taking a look at the number 3 seeded Crusaders, they take on, as I said, the 2nd seed Vikings. Crusaders come in, as we said, at 15-9, coming off a 79-66 win over Ocean City in the first round. Junior Khalif Fields became only the 4th junior in history to go over the 1,000-point mark in that game. He leads the team in scoring, averaging 18, while Trey Smith scores 14 a game. Ryan Legler, familiar name if you know anything about basketball, runs the show for the Crusaders, while 6'5" freshman Taj Sweet has been coming on strong of late. Wildwood Catholic likes to spread the floor, as we mentioned, and shoot the threes. On defense, they want to mix it up, and they will determine their defense based on what the offense does. They play a matchup zone, also go man-to-man. The two teams met earlier this season. Vikings won it 71-65, but the Crusaders later at halftime, they went through that 4-minute stretch where they really had a drought, and that turned the game around. Key on offense for them, shoot it well, be patient on offense. Their goal is to get a great shot, not a good one. Not just a good one, they also want to control the tempo and limit the number of bad possessions. On defense, they want to control the dribble penetration of Ray Bethia and prevent Janye Cologne from getting off and hitting those threes. They also must prevent AC from dominating the offensive board, something Gene Allen said they have to do better. On defense, they must execute and can't settle for the first. That's offense, can't settle for the first good shot. And they must take care of the basketball, not let AC's pressure affect their game. On defense, they got to prevent the Vikings from getting runouts, and they also have to compete on the boards. That probably is going to be the key to that backboard.
Well, I think one of the biggest things is we're at the end of the season now. So Atlantic City's press, if you're, maybe in the first couple games of the year, would definitely bother you because you haven't seen anything like that. But by this juncture, you've seen that kind of pressure, so both teams should be ready for that. And I think Wildwood has probably practiced breaking this press for a long while. Practicing it and getting away from the speed of Atlantic City is something different, though.
No question. You always talk about, well, we try to duplicate that in practice, but we don't have the athletes they do to really duplicate what they do.
I got to say, that's probably one of the best ones that I've heard through football season and basketball season. Wow, what a great voice.
Live rendition right here from Apsigemy High School.
I wish we had her name so we could give her credit. We'll get that later on.
We'll get her name and get her name on the air. Now the introductions of players. First for the Crusaders of Wildwood Catholic. Ryan Legler, 6'1", senior. Runs the show. Charles Fields. A 6'5" freshman. Smith, 6'1" senior. Caleb Field, junior. Number 3, coming and 9.
Tony.
The introductions of players. Nazim Derry, a 6'2" junior. Ray Bethia, a 6'4" junior. Juanye Colon, a 6-foot senior. As well as Ramon Rodriguez, I believe, is getting the start here tonight, which is not the normal case here, but Gene Allen, of course, has a reason as to why he wants to start him here this evening.
Well, you know, sometimes it's according to who you play, what kind of matchups that you're going to have, that you might change your starting lineup there.
So Atlantic City, the number 2 seed, against the number 3 seeded Wildwood Catholic Crusaders.
Well, we'll see one thing about Gene's team. He wasn't happy, last time giving up 55 points to St. Joe's, and he wants to cut that down. So that's going to be a real challenge against this Wildwood Catholic team.
Correction, that's David Atkins who will be starting for Atlantic City, not Ramon Rodriguez, pardon me. So both teams out there, Atlantic City wearing their white uniforms. Of course, they are the home team, so to speak, as the number 2 seed, the higher seed. Threet will jump it up against Morgan. His name is Nashir, but they call him Flash.
You won't see anything but flash coming out of the fans here.
The tip controlled by Atlantic City. Here's Bethia, left side. Sends right side to Morgan. Outside finds Cologne, watched by Legler. Tosses right sideline.
Looks like a man-to-man.
For Atkins, down the lane for Bethia. The flip no good. Rebound comes off to Wildwood Catholic. Underneath to Fields. That's Charles Fields, has his shot rejected. Here's the outlet to Bethia. Down the lane for the scoop that is rejected off glass. Up court, it's Halid Fields. Right side to Legler. Outside, Fields sets, shoots, and he hits for 3.
You're seeing some high-jumping people right off the bat here, I'll tell you that. Swatting that ball away.
Yeah, Bethia seemed to have a step or two, but got it swatted. Right side, Atkins. 3-0. Wildwood Catholic. Nearly losing down the lane is Morgan. He has it rejected, but he was also fouled. And we'll move to the free throw line to shoot a pair. 3-0 in the early going, off that 3 by Fields. Morgan at 6'3". Of course, Morgan and Derry also play football and play it very well. The first by Morgan is good. He gets one more. Don't forget, coming up after this game, St. Augustine takes on Mainland in the other semifinal. Mike Gill and Mike Frankel will bring that one to you. The second is good off the back of the rim.
Here comes that pressure.
3-2. Inbound pass to Fields, has it poked away to Cologne for the reverse. It's no good. Rebound is gathered in by Bethia. Underneath he finds, see who that was? That was Gary for the easy bucket. That's one thing that Atlantic City did in that fourth quarter against St. Joe's. They were looking for each other under the basket, and right there paid big-time dividends. Legler, watched by Derry. Deep along the left sideline. The jumper is short, may have been partially deflected. Rebound snared by Morgan. Ahead to Atkins. Make that Derry. Left baseline, no good. Rebound tipped up and loose on the floor. Still loose. A scrum and still no call. And
Wildwood Catholic calls a timeout, and they retain possession.
6:23 left in this first quarter. 4-3. Wildwood Catholic on top. Well, there's a full line of brand new cars available for rented. Just 4 wheels on the White Horse Pike in Galloway Township, Delsea Drive in Vineland, and on Washington Street in Cape May. They also have moving trucks, minivans, and 15 passenger vans. Be smart. Rent at Just 4 Wheels, serving South Jersey for more than 35 years. Galloway, Vineland, Berlin, Cape May, and Lakewood. They're open from 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. daily. Just 4 Wheels. Car, truck, and van rentals.
Well, you're seeing that pressure already get a little bit, to Wildwood there. You think that they would have everybody in the right spots. Might put the ball on the floor, which is what Atlantic City wants you to do.
Inbounding will be Fields from the near sideline. Looking, continues to look. It comes to Legler. Watched by Derry. Puts on the pressure. Legler behind the back, reversing direction. Veers to his right. Gives off to Smith. Smith, center court for Fields, hands to Legler. Along the right sideline, here's Charles Smith stepping to his left. With a step, looks to feed underneath, but it's poked away. Now here's Derry. Cross-court pass for Bethia, and he drops it home.
One thing, you better be ready for Atlantic City to run. If you don't get back like that, they're going to get those layups all day long.
Atlantic City on top now, 6-3. Legler left side. Gets the pick from Threet. The step down the lane, no good. Rebound underneath by Threet, and he is fouled. The 6'5 freshman showing his prowess under the boards, and he, of course, is going to have a great, great future here at Wildwood Catholic.
Yeah, he got fouled there by Atkins, and I'll tell you what, he is going to be really fun to watch for the next 3 years. He really can get up there. And you look at it now, he's played 24 games. You really don't look at him as a freshman anymore. And when you look at his face, you can tell how young he is.
6'5", just a freshman, so he could grow some more. First is good. He'll get one more. And the second also good. 6'5", the Vikings. Derry moves out of the backcourt in deliberate fashion, met by Fields as he veers to his right, sends right sideline for Morgan. Morgan puts it on the floor. Down low for Derry. Outside for Atkins, has it poked away and out of bounds on the drive. Last touched.
I got a foul on that.
Yeah. Outside official calling a foul.
On Bethia.
A push on Bethia. So off the turnover, it's Legler to toss. To Smith. Watched by Atkins. Sends left sideline. For Charles Fields. To Smith, returns to Fields. Underneath, the pump fake, and the good flip by Threet.
Nice patience there, by Wildwood Catholic on that.
Center court, Derry. Gives off to Cologne. On the crisscross, finds Atkins. Sends right side for Derry. Derry, left side for Bethia. Drives the baseline and no good. Gets his own rebound. Again rejected, this time by Fields. And now Bethia looks to save it. Here's the long-range jumper that is no good. Left side by Fields and rebounded by Atlantic City. They have it poked away. Down court is Smith. Stolen right back again by Derry. Derry with a step. Underneath looking for Bethia, and he bounces the basketball or stepped on the end line.
I'll tell you what, the referees are definitely letting them play. All right, there's a lot of, a lot of close contact going on there.
You saw it right there. Some of that contact. Inbounding now Legler. Wildwood Catholic leads at 7-6. The inbound pass nearly lost by Charles Fields. Gives off to Legler. Derry applies the pressure. Center court. Looking to work off the pick from Thweet. Cross court pass. Long range jump by Smith deep in the right hand corner. No good. Ball's popped up in the air. Now finally taken by Morgan down court to Atkins, and he drops it home. Atkins.
Somebody's got to rotate back on defense there because Atlantic City is sending somebody on the fly each time.
Well, one thing Coach Dewey said, hey, we can't have them getting runouts, and that was one right there.
Yeah, they're definitely releasing, so somebody's got to, know whose man it is and be able to pick them up down deep.
Here's Legler's center court as Atlantic City retakes the lead, 8-7. Leaves it for Fields, center court, watched by Bethia with a step down the lane. Scoop no good. Tip no good. Follow is no good. And again, Atlantic City having to fight underneath for the boards. Now the follow by Fields, and he is fouled on the play. So they talked about doing better on the boards, did Coach DeWeese, and they really did it right there. 3 or 4 shots.
Well, if you don't get a body on somebody, you're going to let the ball be up. Whoever can, jump, higher. And they're all both playing man-to-man, so it should be pretty easy, in theory, to get your body on whoever you're covering.
First is no good. Charles Fields will get another. Opportunity here to tie it. 8-7 the Vikings. Second, no good. And the rebound taken off by Bethia. Up court, right side for Derry. Loses control. Picked up by Fields. Ahead down the lane for the scoop. It is no good by Charles Fields. Rebound to Bethia. Left side finds Morgan. Outside Derry. Long range jump is off the back of the rim. No good. And the rebound snared by Smith. Smith puts on the floor. Watched by Atkins as he moves it across. Looking to accelerate. Now does so. Pulls up. Cross court. Nearly stolen, but taken by Legler. Derry had a hand on it, but just couldn't control. Legler hands to Smith, deep along the left sideline. Atkins plays him. He's to the baseline, forces and draws the foul. Really didn't have much of a chance to make that. He was deep behind the backboard, but the foul bailing him out.
Yeah, I was just going to use that word. Definitely bailed him out there because he was behind the backboard. And that's the thing that drives a coach crazy, when a guy doesn't know where he's on the court and he gives the guy, 2 shots when he would have been out of bounds.
Smith, their second leading scorer at 14 a game, with the first that is good. He will get one more. Second is also good. High arcing shot there by Smith, but both were good. 9-8. Wildwood Catholic, as we on the seesaw here, retakes the lead. Derry center court, played by Fields. Down low to Bethia. Cuts in, no good. Missed an easy one, and the rebound is last touched by Atlantic City.
It's actually it's easy for Bethia to get open there. They're playing him so tight to his body. All he has to do is roll to the basket, but he can't seem to connect.
Missed an easy one there. Now Trey Smith moving it across to the right sideline. Now reverses off the pick from Thweet. Outside Legler, long range jumper, short, and the rebound tipped and taken by Bethia. He wants to run to the left sideline. Center court. Morgan, long range jumper, is good. Given plenty of room, he said, I'll take it, and he hits.
But you see, Gene wasn't happy with the last one because he missed, but he was happy with that one.
That's pretty much the way coaches are. Please no, great shot. Left side Thweet.
You can't give him that much room, though, Tony.
No. Legler, left sideline. Smith for three. No good. Rebound for Cologne. Cologne, up court left side for Derry. Outside. Here's the jumper by Atkins. It's off the back of the rim. The tip no good by Bethia, and the rebound is snared by Wildwood Catholic. Right-hand corner. Here's Smith looking to fire underneath, but it's poked away and out of bounds. Last touch.
Yeah, nice idea there, but Atlantic City didn't let him get the pass through to underneath the three.
White checks in for Wildwood Catholic along with Capozzoli. Marshall also will come on for Atlantic City. Bethia will take a seat. Inbound pass to Capozzoli. Gives off to Legler as he comes to meet it.
Looks like they're playing for the last shot.
42 seconds left. Capozzoli, center court for Fields. Watched by Atkins. Cuts left off the pick from Capozzoli. Down the lane. It's rejected. Rebound comes off to Derry. Ahead for Morgan. Cuts in. No good. Follow. No good. And it's knocked up to the air and touched. Let's see. Last by Atlantic City. Have to inbound it here with 22 seconds remaining. So Atlantic City in this game, Harry, has missed some easy ones.
I was going to say they've missed about 4 or 5 right underneath there. They seem to be playing too fast. I mean, that's their game, but they're not being able to connect.
Here's Fields. Underneath, cutting in, no good. And the rebound is taken off by Cologne. With 15 seconds left, Cologne. Plenty of time for the Vikings. Center court finds Morgan, returns to Cologne, looking at the scoreboard and the time. Cologne. Right side for Derry. Underneath for the floater. That is good, but he's called for steps. So Wildwood Catholic with 1.5 seconds left till the end of this first quarter of play. Don't know if they can get a shot off here. Don't know if they'll try. Really inbound pass Capozzoli. Long-range jumper by, you could say that's long-range by Legler, is no good. That's it. We've played one. Atlantic City on top, 11-9. Boardwalk Honda, Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com or visit their showroom on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. Well, it's known all over the Delaware Valley. That's Johnson's Popcorn on the Ocean City Boardwalk, specializing in their delicious caramel corn. Johnson's Popcorn is at 1368 Boardwalk in Ocean City. Phone 800-842-2676 and have your popcorn shipped to you. They're also online at johnsonspopcorn.com. Johnson's Popcorn since 1940. So one complete.
It was funny. I just wrote Tony a little note there. Where's the scoring? We were talking about 140 points maybe in this game, and right now, first quarter, we got 20. So I guess it'll heat up.
Well, I guess it depends on how you look at it. Gene's probably happy because he was unhappy with 55, so 9 given up is okay with him. They just have to do better offensively.
Yeah, there's no doubt that they could have a bigger lead here if they, miss some of those layups, if they connected on some of those layups that they had.
I mean, they're averaging 68, but then again, Wildwood Catholic is averaging 66, so they both have a long way to go. Inbounding will be the Crusaders. It comes to Legler. Pressed by Derry. Underneath, looking for Capozzoli. He loses control. Bethia with a basketball left side against Legler. Down the lane, outside. Here's Cologne, loose for 3. And he banks it home. Don't know if he called it, but he'll take it.
He will take it.
And he's been quiet as of late. Teams are starting to deny him the basketball.
4 points the other night was all he had.
That's right. 14-9 now Atlantic City as Legler works to left side. Accelerates. Has it stolen by Cologne. He's ahead of everyone down the lane. Lays it home. So Cologne with back-to-back baskets. One on the layup and the other from 3. Fields retreats. Montague has come on for Atlantic City. Right-hand corner, Thweet looking for the cutter, but it's stolen by Bethia. Bethia down the lane, and no call there at all. And as you said, Harry, they are letting him play because definitely looked like there might have been some body contact there. And,
I'll tell you what, there's got to be, and maybe they didn't know who to call it on, all right? But right then and there, I thought I might have been in a football game at a field rather than a basketball gymnasium, because there was bodies flying all over on that one.
Thea gets up a little slight limp, but seems to be okay, but no call really on that play. You saw it. Inbound comes to Fields, who is back in for the Crusaders. Gives off to Khalid Fields. Center court. Looking to work off the pick from Thweet. Losing control right side was White.
Yeah, that was a travel on that one. He just, jumped up in the air and turned the ball over. I think maybe he was thinking somebody was cutting, but there was nobody home.
Getting set to report back in is Legler. As left side, it's Cologne. Cologne watched by Smith, down low to Bethia, nearly loses. Outside instead for Derry for the jumper. That is off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound taken by Thweet with great position there. Gives off to Fields. Pulls up, jump, yes.
They definitely needed that.
5 for Fields. The average is 18 as Cologne moves it across, 16-11. 5:55 left in the first half. Marshall, deep in the left-hand corner. Derry, loose for the jump for 3, and he hits it.
You can't leave him open. That's a couple threes that they've made, all right, by penetration and, driving and kicking out. I don't think you can leave those guys as free shots now that they're starting to heat up a little bit.
Derry and Cologne will take a seat. Atkins back in, along with Morgan. 19-11, Atlantic City on top. Center court, Fields, one hops up high for Thweet. Right sideline, finds Smith. Working against Morgan, down the lane, no good. Rebound, back tapped and taken by Bethia. Bethia, 1-on-2. Down the lane, floats and hits. That's the kind of shot he's been getting here in this first half, Harry, but just not making them.
Somebody's got to step in his lane when he comes in there. You can't let him drive to the basket like that. Even though he missed a lot, he's not going to miss that many more.
He's difficult in the open court because he's 6'4", he's got tremendous length, and he can handle. Right side, Legler. Center court, watched by Atkins, gives off on the crisscross to Fields, spins away down the lane for the scoop that is no good, and an offensive foul, the call.
Wow. I'm surprised at that one. All right.
So with position, Atlantic City able to draw that charge. Here's Atkins. Lobs underneath to the cutter, but it's intercepted. Here's Legler to the forecourt. Left side, Smith loose for 3. That is no good. Rebound taken off by Fields. Outside for Legler. Left side, Smith. Smith deals for Fields. Watched by Atkins. Retreats, looking to make the move here. Shaking his head as if to say, I got it. Right sideline for Smith. Smith with a step down the lane for the scoop that is good, able to protect the body away from the defense and drop it home.
Excellent drive by there. Like you said, he had the ball way out to the outside where they couldn't block his shot. Tough shot, but he made it.
21-13 with 4 minutes left in the first half. Morgan, head of the key. Underneath to the cutter, Montague cuts in, has it rejected, and it's rebounded by Legler. To the forecourt. Gives off to Charles Fields, leaves it for Khalid Fields. Left sideline to Charles, center court finds Legler. Legler works off the pick from Capozzoli. Deals right sideline for Smith. Bethia watches him. Smith looking to switch hands on the dribble. Outside for Capozzoli to Legler, right side. He'll just attempt a long-range jumper nowhere near the basket. And they say last touch by Morgan for Atlantic City. Back in is Derry, replacing Marshall.
Their defense tonight, Atlantic City, is just, they are right on where Gene wants them in the half-court sets here.
Legler, that's Legler to toss in. It comes to Charles Fields. Gives off to Legler, who is their quarterback. Leaves it for Fields, right sideline. Is Coach DeWeese directing traffic, calling out a set play. Left side for Charles Fields. Left baseline for Smith, cuts in, and he hits. So Smith starting to assert himself here in the second quarter.
Gene's going to switch somebody on him because he's got a couple right straight to the basket. He's not happy with that, being able to drive and getting a layup.
21-15 with 2:42 left till halftime. Derry veers left. Derry to the baseline. Outside for Atkins. Atkins, pump fake. Now leans in, and he banks it home. Pretty move there.
Great body control.
Atkins has really been coming on for the Vikings of late. 6'1" junior. Hung in the air and able to knock it home. Legler cut off by Montague. Cross-court pass for Smith. Watched by Atkins. Wants to work off the pick from Capozzoli. Left-hand corner. Finds Charles Smith, cross-court for Smith. Pulls up, straightaway jump. Not this time. Rebound is taken off by Morgan. And a whistle.
23.
That's Charles Fields, picks up the foul. Have 1:54 left till halftime, and Atlantic City with 14 fouls. Wildwood Catholic only 3, so they've been letting him play. No question.
They definitely have been letting him play. Should be a few more up there than that, but we're not officiating, so.
Atkins, left side. Sends to Derry. Right sideline. Derry cuts between two defenders, nearly loses, but rescued by Montague. Here's Derry. Underneath to Montague, and Montague had it poked away and out of bounds. Fortunate for him. Last touch by Wildwood Catholic. Thweet checks back in for Smith.
Yeah, it wasn't a good decision, there to drive on that. There was people right in the lanes.
Inbound pass comes to Bethia. Cuts in, and he had one intention right there, Harry, and that was not to make the shot. Although he would take it, that was to draw the personal.
You're going to use that word bailout again right there, all right? Because that's what Wildwood Catholic did. It was underneath the, underneath the backboard there, and no chance of making that shot. But now he's going to be on the line for 2.
Just about to say, 82% free throw shooter, but misses the first as Cologne reports back in, replacing Derry for the Vikings.
And he's one of the top in the Cape Atlantic League in field goal and foul on.
He will get 30 remaining. Now pass to Capozzoli, returns to Legler. Legler, right side. Charles Fields outside. Khalid to Charles, nearly loses, but able to recover. And Legler will call out a set play. Snaps right sideline for Fields. Center court for nailed nicely. Montague loses his capture to the Montague, the pump move there by. They seem to have it in, but goes hand and back.
Step in there, so it doesn't count.
26-15 now with 40. Here's Legler. No good. Reverse, no good. Rebound by Fields. That's Charles. To 26-7 Atlantic City, most likely with rebound take we've played. Township has just dependability, but for your boat or power change. Placement is located at 6064 Riga Avenue, NEHT. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 till 6, Saturdays 9 to 2. If you need a battery, you'll find it at Interstate Batteries. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. And you also like the way they do business at the Thomas H. Heist Insurance Agency. They're coastal insurance specialists with over 35 years experience. Flood, boat, auto, life, health, they offer it all at the Heist Agency, with convenient offices located at Ocean City, Margate, Egg Harbor Township, Marmora, and Vineland. Phone 609-399-0453. You'll also find them online at heistagency.com. Remember, Thomas H. Heist, when you need insurance. So right now, we're about to talk to Phil Anastasia of the Inquirer.
The interview that I didn't know I was going to have. That's okay. How about giving me your thoughts down here about this game with Atlantic City out 26-17?
Well, I think Atlantic City's defense has just been terrific. They've forced Wildwood Catholic out of everything they wanted to do. They haven't forced a ton of turnovers, but they forced a few. But Wildwood Catholic has not been able to generate any kind of offensive continuity. The kind of defense that Gene wants his team to play this time of the year. So that's been the most impressive thing. It's been a physical game. I think the referees have let a lot get away, which is fine. But I think that's favored Atlantic City in their physical defensive approach to things, although they probably wish they had a couple calls down the other end there. But I think Atlantic City's defense has been the difference so far.
Yeah, I think the thing is they're not getting, you're not seeing any real open shots down here for Wildwood Catholic. You know, on the other end, Atlantic City's getting free, you know, because they're doing drive and kick out there. They got a couple threes that they made there. And I think, like you said, the referees are letting them play because a couple times you got Bethia underneath the basket and trying to make shots, and they're, wants to be bailed out. But down here, Wildwood Catholic, I don't think, they can get into any sets because they're glued right to their body, Atlantic City, and they're really not setting any screens to get open. So I just think that, like you said, the defense for Atlantic City is what's really happening in this game, because Wildwood's got to make some kind of adjustments, able to get some shots at the basket, or it's going to be a long second half.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for them because Atlantic City's playing, a tough man-to-man. It's hard for them to beat their man one-on-one, so they really need to sort of just set, like you said, set some screens, run some stuff to free some guys up. It's tough because Atlantic City's playing 94 feet. They're making it difficult for entry passes. They're making it difficult for them to rotate the ball. But, Wildwood Catholic has seen this before. They certainly are experienced playing against Atlantic City. Gave them a tough game earlier in the year. And good shooting can solve a lot of your woes. So, Wildwood Catholic comes out and hits a couple threes. I think they're right back in the game. And Wildwood Catholic's defense, I don't think has been bad. I think Atlantic City's got some points in transition, a couple open threes, but for the most part, I think Wildwood Catholic's played pretty good defense. Their problem has been at the other end. They just haven't been able to generate any kind of consistent offense. Everything's been a struggle. They've been rushing. When Atlantic City plays this kind of defense, even when you get an open look, you're kind of surprised to have it, and you end up rushing yourself a little bit. And I've seen that a couple times for Wildwood Catholic. So the key for them is going to be try to maybe get some dribble penetration, maybe kick out, get a couple open threes. You hit a couple open threes, you tighten up the game a little bit, your confidence maybe goes up a little bit. I think defensively they can stay in the game. They just need to find a way to score a little bit better than they have in the first half.
Yeah, the one thing that you see down there is they have been scoring on a few layups.
Yeah.
Wildwood Catholic. So, maybe if I'm their coach, I say, look, let's keep driving the ball to the basket a little bit. Maybe we get one or two, and then, like you said, then they got to play us a little tighter. We could kick out, get some open threes, because right now, every three that they've gotten, except maybe for one or two, has been contested.
Right. Well, they got a 3 to open the game, and I think they kind of thought this was what it was going to be, and it kind of closed off right after that. It's funny, I heard Dave DeWeese tell us guys before the game's even started, attack the rim. And Trey Smith was able to do that a couple times and get a couple baskets for them. That's what they're going to need to do. You got to go inside out. You got to attack the basket, maybe get to the foul line, or create a situation where the defense collapses a little bit and you can kick it out. But trying to play Atlantic City on the perimeter is not going to work. They're too athletic. They're too quick. And they're locked in right now. They're playing, like I said, the kind of defense that Gene prides his program on playing, especially this time of the year, late February and March. And that's what they look like right now. They look like a tournament-ready kind of team.
One thing that I have seen that I know he can't be happy with is in the first quarter, a lot of offensive rebounds were gotten by, Wildwood Catholic there. And that's something that Gene, really, gets his air up there about, about that. They get one shot, they don't make it, we get the rebound and we get out. One thing Wildwood Catholic seems like they are doing is after a couple, they're getting back a little bit on defense. But the thing is, who can cover Bethia, in the open floor?
Well, that's the thing about Atlantic City. I mean, they really need, I think, to get out and run to score efficiently. In their half-court offense, they have hit a couple threes, but I think for the most part, they're a defensive-oriented team that kind of generates their offense off their defense, whether it's steals in the backcourt or whether it's kind of creating disruption in the half court and then getting numbers going the other way. So that's been Atlantic City's approach offensively. I think, as I said, I think Wildwood Catholic does a decent job defensively in the half court. It's just hard to contain Atlantic City if they get out in the open court and they got numbers. And some of the athletes like Bethea out in the open court are very difficult to shut down.
Yeah, a couple times what you saw was some backdoor cuts, though, by Atlantic City in their offense because of the tightness that, Wildwood Catholic is trying to play them. So we'll see what happens in the second half if Wildwood can, get back into this game. So thanks a lot for your time. We appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure.
Okay, Phil Anastasia of Philadelphia Inquirer. Appreciate it anytime we can talk to him and get his insight. Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Connect with their professional staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook or in their showroom on Tilton Road and EHT. Well, the rides aren't open at Gillian's Wonderland Pier, or were they today? No, they weren't. Just kidding. But the weather was certainly nice enough to have them be open. But this is a good time to get bargains for next summer. At Wonderland Pier, your tickets never expire. Bring your leftover tickets from this year to the park when it opens next spring. Gillian's Wonderland Pier, 6th in the Boardwalk at Ocean City. Visit them online at Gillians.com and at Staten's Gallery on Asbury Avenue in downtown Gillians. This game also brought to you with the best wishes of everyone at Calvi Electric in Atlantic City, who encourage you to get out and support your favorite high school team each and every week. Well, Harry, you take a look at some of the statistics there. A very, very well-balanced scoring. You look at Atlantic City, pretty much 4 or 5. Everybody is right in there.
Right. We're looking at the turnovers here. That's, a glaring, thing that they have here. 18 turnovers for Wildwood Catholic. And actually 15 for Atlantic City, too. But Atlantic City has turned theirs into points where Wildwood Catholic, he really hasn't been able to generate that. But like you said, the scoring is very, very even, not like they got to shut down one player. And I think, maybe in this half, we might see a little bit of different officiating. Sometimes they tighten it up a little bit, down there. But right now, we hope that they let them keep playing like they have, because my kind of game.
Well, of course, that's what drives players and coaches crazy when they do that. You hope they don't do that. I mean, if they're going to call it the way they've been calling it in the first half, then call it that way the whole game.
Well, as a coach, I used to tell my players, don't complain. After the first quarter, first couple of minutes, you'll know how it's supposed to be called. And that's what you said. You want them to be consistent. So what they call in the first quarter, they call in the fourth quarter.
So Wildwood Catholic down 26-17 back on the floor along with Atlantic City. Smith, Fields, Legler, and Thweet for Atlantic City, their original starting five, which is Derry, Atkins, Morgan, Cologne, and Bethea. Atlantic City basketball, here's Atkins. Right baseline to Morgan, has it slapped away last touch out of bounds by Wildwood Catholic. Vikings on top by 9. Don't forget, coming up right after this one, it's St. Augustine and Mainland in the other semifinal. Inbound pass comes to Bethea. Right sideline. Left side, long-range jump. Good by Atkins for 3. We mentioned Atkins has really played well this last couple of weeks for
wide
Atlantic
open
City.
shot, too,
Tell you, as good as Atlantic City takes it to the 10, if they're going to start shooting threes like that, then it could be a long evening for Wildwood Catholic. Down the lane for the scoop, no good, but a whistle and a foul.
That's what we talked about a little bit, about them maybe taking it to the basket, see if they can get some calls down there, because basically you get behind like that, you keep passing it around outside, time goes by, and you're really down.
Fields, that's Charles, struggled the first time at the free throw line, missed them both. Here he hits. He'll get one more. Second off the back of the rim, rebound tipped, taken by Wildwood Catholic outside Smith. Deep along the left sideline, Legler for the long three that is no good. Skying for the rebound is Morgan. In traffic, Morgan down the lane for the scoop that is no good. Too short, and the rebounds to Thweet. To Legler, cross court to the running Fields, who's down the lane. No good. Rebound underneath Thweet. No good. No good again. 3 rebounds for Thweet. Could not connect, and here's Bethea, and he's run into outside as he looks to drive to the bucket. So tough one there for Thweet as he had great position, 3 straight rebounds, but unable to finish.
And they even got the ball off the missed free throw, which team was going a little bit crazy. You're supposed to have that and set up your offense.
Gary tosses to Atkins. To Cologne left side. Puts on the floor, outside. Derry loose for 3. No good. Rebound taken by Thweet. To Legler. One hops left side for Smith. With a step down the lane for the reverse. Pretty by Smith.
So far, he's been able to get to the basket a few times in the first half, and right there. Got to keep doing that.
29-20 as Wildwood Catholic closes to 9. Right sideline, Atkins. Atkins with a floater. That is no good. Back tapped, taken by Derry. For Cologne, 3, no good, but he's run into, and he will be shooting 3, I believe, if the foul is on the shot.
Boy, that one hurts. That hurts bad when you foul a 3-point shooter. That hurts.
Especially when you foul a 3-point shooter shooting 3.
Right.
Officials calling for a towel to wipe up some of the moisture on the court. Of course, Wanye Cologne story is well documented from Atlantic City, moved to Georgia and then back here this year. And he's been a big part of this Atlantic City team, especially from distance. He can stroke it from downtown.
Yeah, definitely a big asset coming back here playing with them this year.
Not only that, but he hits at 49% from 3.
Right.
First by Cologne. Good. Two more for the senior. Hits the second as Montague will replace Morgan for Atlantic City. And Cologne with the third. Hits them all. Just as Wildwood Catholic was starting to close the gap.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts bad.
5-second violation called on Legler.
Yeah, that's something with a veteran team that they have out there. That shouldn't happen. That should never happen, a 5-second call in that situation.
So they get the 3 fouls by Cologne. Now a 5-second violation. They have the basketball again. Atkins with a step. Down the lane for the scoop, going to the left hand, and a foul. Talk about a sweet shot there by Atkins.
That one you might see on the highlight film. Let me tell you, that was sweet. No other way to describe it.
Chance for back-to-back three-point plays, and he hits. So that 9-point gap has now exploded to 15, and that's what Atlantic City does to you. Here's Legler. Legler has trouble with the dribble, hands to Fields. Fields cuts in. Outside, Legler has a notion, decides against it, has a step down the lane, and he drops it home.
That's what they got to do. They got to drive to that basket to even try to get back into this game, because their three-point shots are not being free and they're not going in.
Atkins works against Smith. Here's Cologne down the lane. Floater no good. Rebound comes off to Atkins, and he drops it home. Now that's a floater, but that's a floater from about 10 feet.
Yeah, that's not your normal floater. That was a tough angle on that.
Atkins, 12, playing outstanding basketball for the Vikings here. Legler to Fields. Fields with a step for the scoop. That is good, and he was fouled.
Yep, they got it. They're able to drive. They got to keep taking that ball to the basket.
Foul is on Atkins. Check that. Foul's on Bethea, pardon me, his second. Yeah, they reversed the scoreboard. They have player first, so free throw is good.
I had it right on my sheet, so I don't care.
37-25, approaching 5 minutes left in the third. Cologne sends to Atkins along the left sideline to Bethea. Cologne, long-range jumper. This one way off, and the rebound comes down to Fields. To Legler, up court, right-hand corner for Fields, center court Legler. Legler cut off. Now here's Fields down the lane, and he is fouled on the play again.
That must be what they told him at halftime. Take the ball to the hole. And Atlantic City's doing just what Wildwood Catholic wants them to do.
They're fouling. So here's Fields. 8 points on the evening with the first. No good.
You got to make them.
Fouls on Montague. His first. Third team foul. Second is good. 37-26. Derry calls time. With 4:44 left in the third, Atlantic City continues to lead it by 11, 37-26. Boardwalk Acura Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Boardwalk Acura, your trusted dealer for car loans, auto parts, and auto repair. Visit boardwalkacura.com. Well, do you need a sign? Well, then you need Captain Charlie. Captain Charlie uses Blue Water Graphics and Cape Signs to create signs for real estate and other businesses. They do construction site signs and window lettering for your business. They can also provide the lettering for your van, truck, or your boat. You can reach Blue Water Graphics at 609-823-8891 and Cape Signs at 856-506-0610. Signs, banners, vehicles, windows, they can supply whatever lettering you need at Blue Water Graphics and Cape Signs. So Gene Allen wanted to call time, talk some things over, probably because, as you said, Harry, he doesn't like the way they're getting to the basket.
Yeah, doesn't like the way they're getting to the basket, and he's like, we're in no hurry to shoot the ball down this end. All right, and you guys are going to come down and chuck threes. I'm not liking that either. All right, looks like Wildwood Catholic's going to his zone here.
Left
Zone
side.
trap.
Yep, left side, it's Atkins to Derry. Here's Atkins. Feeds down low to Montague, no good, but the follow right there is Bethea with position, and he drops it in.
Going to that zone, you don't have a man on him to block him out.
Cutting off Fields is Bethea. Left-hand corner for Smith. Coach DeWeese directing traffic from the sideline outside. Here's Charles Fields down the lane, no good. The rebound is snared.
Yeah, bad angle on that shot.
Here's Cologne to the runner. That's Atkins. Cuts in and drops it home. Atkins leading all scorers with 14. He has been playing outstanding basketball in this third quarter. Timeout called by Coach DeWeese. Nearly a second 5-second violation.
Right, something's got right on that, on their press break there.
30-second timeout. Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Check out their online inventory at boardwalkhonda.com or visit their showroom on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. And Atlantic City, interesting, they were prepared for that zone. So they must have practiced against it because it really, they switch it up and they want to keep the team off balance, but it had really no negative effect on Atlantic City.
No, and you know what? That's what you do. That's what you practice for something like that. You know that in the past they're going to switch things up a little bit. They're playing your man. It's not working. They got to try something else, and they did, and it didn't faze Atlantic City at all. Now we'll see if Wildwood Catholic can get the ball in.
Legler will try it again. Still looking, comes to Charles Fields. Returns to Legler, now up court for Charles Fields, deep in the left-hand corner for Smith for three. That is good.
Well, they certainly needed that. Now they need to get a couple stops down this end.
Bethea down the lane. Pass a little behind him, knocked away, and Wildwood Catholic with the basketball. Right side Fields with a step down the lane, no good, but again he was fouled. 41-29, the Vikings continue to lead it, but they continue to foul on the drive for Wildwood Catholic, and now Fields will shoot a pair.
And they're able to get to the basket now, at will. But the thing is, you got to make a couple shots there with it and get, the foul shots falling through to get you back into this game.
And, of course, they've got to play defense because if they just trade baskets, even if they get to the rim, it's not going to really result in them picking up any ground. First, no good.
See, that's the thing with Atlantic City, right? Gene told them before, you don't have to hurry, guys, on offense. If you get a fast break or something like we like, that's fine. But in a half-court set, let's work the clock a little bit.
0 for 2 for Fields, and here's Bethea up court for Atkins. And they're going to slow it up, as you just mentioned, Harry. His center court is Atkins, looking to direct traffic. Works against Smith with a step. Down the lane, no good. Short, hit the bottom of the rim, and the rebound taken off by Wildwood Catholic.
Good set run by Atlantic City, just didn't make the basket.
Here's Smith. Bethea saying, I thought I was fouled, but no call. Sweet gives it back to Smith. Circles to his right. Deals for Fields, Khalid Fields. To Smith. Long range three. This one way short, and the rebound is taken off by Montague. Ahead it goes for Bethea for the floater that is rejected, but now they call it offensive foul. Okay. So what looked like it was going to be a personal against Wildwood Catholic turns out to be the other way.
I thought it was a good call. All right. He was a little bit out of control.
That was number 3 on Bethea. Gene's going to get him out of there. Inbound to Fields. To Legler. 2:30 left in the third. Smith. Center court finds Fields to Smith again, loose left corner. This time instead that is he decides to drive short. 2-on-1 Atlantic City underneath to Morgan to Derry, and Derry is fouled. Morgan had some trouble, kind of got the ball stuck on his hip, and he couldn't get it up, but then the rebound coming off to Derry, and he's fouled.
Yeah, the shooting percentage this game on some of these layups is very low. A lot of layups that should be made, are hitting the rim.
First is good by Derry. Capozzoli, as you see, checks in for Wildwood Catholic.
Yeah, they've got to get some stops. Just have to.
Second is good. 43-29. AC. Capozzoli with the inbound pass. Watched by Atkins. Moves it across. Operating right side. To the free throw line. To Legler. Fields. Spinning. Right-hand corner. It goes for the short flip by Capozzoli. That's no good. And Morgan with the rebound decides to slow it up.
Yeah, there's no reason, work the clock here.
Yeah,
especially with Bethea on the bench.
And Gene doesn't want him to force the issue. If you have a run out, if you have a fast break, go ahead. Here's Derry down the lane. Easy two with the left hand.
See, that wasn't a hurried offense, all right? They really, played well on that one. He got the lane and he made the layup.
Legler. Veers right for the step. Now holds up outside. Smith again for three. This one rims out, and the rebound chased down by Atkins. He had an open look, couldn't hit it. Atkins, left baseline for the drive. Reverse, yes! By Derry. Atlantic City has they have missed a few, but they've made some very difficult ones as well.
They made the highlight reels ones, but missed the easy ones.
Left side Fields now 47-29. Fields pulls up for the jump that is good, and he was fouled on the play. Looks like Derry picked it up. That's right.
Yeah, the thing is, they've got to pull. They've got to really pull some three-point shots out that they've missed every time down there. They're getting some looks, Wildwood Catholic, but they're not making them.
White checks in for Legler. Free throw is good. (47-32). Atkins. Watched by Fields. Sends left side to Derry. Played by White. Derry working the clock. They may work for one here. Something you don't see very often, but we saw it against St. Joe's, and they're doing it again here. Derry along the right sideline. Pulling it out with 13 seconds. Normally around 10 seconds, they run the offense. White with a personal. But still under the limit, team foul-wise, so no shots will be taken. Now 10.6 seconds remaining in the quarter. Inbound pass to Derry. He's got to hurry. 7 seconds remaining. Now accelerates. Underneath to the cutter. No good. The follow no good. And again, Montague, no good. Gene,
talk about the easy ones there. That was a great last shot that he got, and he missed it.
Boardwalk Acura Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM and 97.3 ESPN.com. Their professional staff is waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Acura on Tilton Road in EHT. Live coverage of Atlantic City Vikings is brought to you in part by Sapura, 6501 Ventnor Avenue in Ventnor. In Italian, Sapura means flavor. And they've got plenty of that on their menu, that is. Wood-fired pizza, fresh salads, pasta, stromboli, and calzones. Stop in or phone 609-822-6475 for takeout or delivery. Sapura, of Ventnor for a taste of Italy. And by the Vagabond Kitchen and Tap House, just down the street from Atlantic City High School, the neighbor with the best burgers. Vagabond features live entertainment every night. Vagabond Kitchen and Tap House, open weeknights till 1 a.m. until 3 a.m. on Friday, Saturday nights. Join your fellow Viking fans before and after the game at Vagabond. So Wildwood, sorry.
Little obstruction there we had to take care of.
Yes. Wildwood Catholic with the basketball as we begin the fourth. Atlantic City up by 15.
Got to make a run here.
Legler circling to his right off the double pick. Leaves it for White. Returns to Legler deep along the left sideline. So they want to get a really good shot, but getting a really good shot at times can take a lot of time. They don't have that. Legler, long range three. That one rims out and taken off by Morgan. Fires down court to Cologne ahead of everybody. Drops it home. The good look in the finish by Cologne, now 49-32. Smith accelerates on Atkins. Down the lane, no good. Cologne with the rebound. Cologne one hops to the runner. That's Morgan for the flush with authority.
Flash Morgan. Got the crowd a little excited on that one there.
Inbound pass nearly stolen by Atlantic City, and Gene Allen, if you see him along the sideline, which you can't right now, very, very happy. He's loving the defense. That's what he wants to see.
That's it, and they're getting the points off of that.
They will have the basketball. They will trigger, now leading at 51-32, a 19-point advantage. Inbound pass comes to Montague. Montague double team, has it poked away, taken off by Legler. He nearly loses, ahead for Smith. Smith on the run, has it poked away, picked up by Cologne, now restolen by Fields. Fields right side, down the lane, scoops, and he hits. 14 for Fields. 51-34. Again, Atlantic City in no hurry. They just want to get it off across the court, midcourt line in 10 seconds. Pass from Atkins, nearly stolen, but out of bounds last touch.
Yeah, they're trying to trap it, there, Wildwood Catholic, but, Atlantic City sees they're going to call a timeout, probably line up, where they're supposed to be when the ball is being trapped.
6:27 left in the game, 51-34, the Vikings. Well, Vic's Sub Shop, 742 Ohio Avenue in Absecon, offers great quality and friendly service. All the sandwiches piled high with their assortment of fresh meats, cheeses, and vegetables, and available for pickup or delivery. Phone 645-0500. Vic's is open 7 days a week until 8 p.m. on weeknights, 9:30 on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Vic's Sub Shop, Ohio Avenue in Absecon, serving the best and freshest subs in South Jersey for over 70 years. And don't forget, the Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Connect with their professional sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook or in their showroom on Tilton Road and EHT. So Gene Allen, I think, in this game, more than I've seen him, has really been taking some strategic timeouts. When he sees something happening out there, he wants that he doesn't like.
Yeah, well, you're getting to that time of the year where you expect them to know when he makes a call from the bench what you're supposed to do. And if they're not doing it, you're not happy with that, because we're talking playoff time. When I make a call, you got to know where to go and what to do.
And you heard Phil Anesthesia at halftime talking about this is their time of year. This is Atlantic City's time of year with that defense. And, of course, the season is a long season, and you figure they know what they're doing. Here's Morgan, and he's called for steps off the pass from
They had
Thea.
a beautiful setup for that. Nice pass for Thea, just, went off his foot.
Fields. Right side, it goes for Charles Fields. Cross-court pass for Smith, who drives, and no good. But he was fouled into play. See if they're going to call that a two-shot foul. They are not, are they? Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. Now they're in, in a
that's
situation. It's a seventh foul there.
Yeah. Doesn't really matter. See, two shots. Okay. That's where it matters.
Yeah. Absolutely. And they haven't really been converting on their foul shots to help them get back in this game.
First is good by Smith, who has a very high arcing free throw. But they all end up in the basket.
That's the goal.
He will get another. No good. Not all of them. Here's Bethea. Bethea underneath, looking for Derry. Last touch by Wildwood Catholic.
All right, yeah.
Looking for help are the officials.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. When you see officials, ask for help, that means they want to get the call right. I respect that.
And they continue to have Atlantic City with the basketball. Derry will toss in, 51-35. Just under 6 minutes left in the ball game. Winner here plays the winner of St. Augustine and Mainland coming up next. So Derry will trigger. Looking to Cologne, center court, Atkins. To Cologne, left side. Up high for Bethea, jump shot. No good. Rebound, yes. Morgan just picked it up off the
Boy, he can really get up, can he?
So Flash with 11. Legler tosses into Charles Fields, returns to Legler. Left side for Khalid with a step. Down the lane, no good, but a foul.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm really impressed with Atlantic City now that, Wildwood Catholic went to that zone. They're showing a little patience. They got a nice pass off, a nice cut inside. That's something that you've got to, establish at this point, because some people are going to run that on you. I think Gene's got to be a little happy with the last two possessions.
I think so. They're being patient. They're running an offense. They're running their sets. They're finding people alone underneath. First is good. A couple of times, it's not connecting on those passes, but he's got to be happy. Hey, look, we practiced it. You're running it well.
Absolutely. That's something you're not always used to seeing out of Atlantic City.
First and second, both good by Fields, who has 16. 53-37. Left side, Atkins to Bethea. Right-hand corner for Morgan. Fires cross court to Cologne.
Like you said, they ran that perfectly, and he just missed the inside shot.
Legler, left side, Fields for three, yes. Immediately, the timeout called by Coach DeWeese. 53-40 now with 5:02 left in this ball game. The Storage Inn is a family-owned business started more than 3 decades ago. 2527 Fire Road in Egg Harbor Township. Storage Inn has over 40 different sizes to meet all of your storage needs, both personal and commercial. The Storage Inn is open 7 days a week with 24-hour, 7-day security. Call 609-646-6400 for Storage Inn, also located in Ocean City, or visit storageinn.net. Their managers are on site to assist you. The Storage Inn of EHT and Ocean City. So immediately after that three, Coach DeWeese calls time, so must have had something in mind. Maybe he was thinking, hey, look, if we get the score down to this, we're going to do this.
They're going to probably still try to take it to the basket, all right, because they got 8 fouls there. And what I'm impressed with here is Bethea, they put him at that high post there in that set against the zone, and he's an excellent passer. And, he's big enough where he can see everything. Smart move.
And he will inbound.
I'm going to pick him up full court. Let's see what they got here.
Thea runs the baseline. Now here's Cologne, cross court to Atkins. Atkins down the lane for the scoop and an easy two. Talk about breaking a press. Wow.
They did it nice. Ball didn't hit the floor till the end.
Fields left side. Don't think that's what Coach DeWeese had in mind. Underneath to Thweet. Cuts in, and he's fouled by Morgan. Nice look And the foul.
See, that's what you want to do against that press. Don't let the ball hit the floor, till you're going to the basket. Just keep it moving back and forth until you see somebody cut. Then you give them the ball in there. Worst thing you can do is put it on the floor.
Taj Thweet, the freshman, hits the first. Nice stroke at the free throw line for only a freshman. That's encouraging.
He's going to be fun to watch.
Second. Good. 6 for Thweet. 55-42 now. Long up-court pass for Cologne. Played by Fields. Right-hand corner for Morgan. Morgan hooks outside for Bethea.
Good job against this.
Derry, Bethea underneath to the cutter. Blocked. Bethea with a rebound. And he puts it home. Bethea seems to be directing the show.
Yeah, he
here.
is. He's right in the middle, and he sees everything. He knows what to do.
Right side, Fields. Fields behind the back. Outside, Legler. Legler. Cross-court Fields has a notion. Now again drives, but it's poked away by Atkins.
See how he took the ball back there? They're not looking to run now. They're actually listening to Gene. So he's not getting upset.
Atkins whips it right sideline for Derry. Up high to Bethea. Cuts in, but loses control. And it's out of bounds.
Yeah, he lost control of that ball there.
57-42. Atlantic City continues to lead it. They've led it pretty much throughout this game.
First quarter was close, and after that, they started to pull away.
Smith.
Typical Atlantic City.
Yep. Smith. Cut off. Outside throws for Legler for a long three. That is good. 57-45. Bethea. He'll take a long-range jump. The three, that is good.
Well, he answered that quickly, didn't he?
60-45. Deep in the right side is Smith. And we have a three festival. Derry, 3 minutes left.
Gene's telling him to pull it out now. Pull it out.
Bethea cuts in, no good. Rebound, Morgan, who skies. Yes! Morgan seemed to just hang in the air forever, unable to get the putback underneath the three. And he is cut down.
Yeah,
and he'll move to the free throw line.
Definitely unintentional.
Yeah, sure.
They're on that. No dirty play at all.
Well, he was leaning in as well as he went to the basket, so he'll shoot a pair right here.
Boy, it's really nice to watch Bethea, against that zone, against the, the zone that they have there. Catch it on his own, look to the basket. He can take it and drive. He can pass. He's a general there. And he's doing a great job, too.
6'4" junior. Remember seeing him when he was a freshman. I'm saying this kid's going to be good because handle the ball, and he was someone who had good size and, of course, grew a couple more inches as Montague.
Yeah, he has great vision. You can see, like how well, he does handle the ball. He knows where he's going with it.
Rakeem Coyle will check in for Smith. Bit of a surprise here. Thweet hits. 7 for Thweet, 62-49, 2:38 left. Atkins works against Fields. Atkins with a step for the floater, and he's just playing.
If you're gonna give me that lane, I'm gonna take it. All right.
He has some of this. Here's a long-range jumper by Legler, no good. Rebound Thweet. Again, Legler loose for three, no good, rims out. Rebound comes off the Fields, poked away and taken by Derry. Up court to flash Morgan. Morgan gonna pull it out. That's what Gene wants. Here's Derry. He's got a step, and he's got the bucket.
Like you said, if they give me the lane, I'm going to take it. Gene's not upset with that.
66-49, 17-point advantage for the Vikings. Fields to Legler. Again for three. And again, no good. Rebound, Charles Fields. Outside Legler. Legler to Fields deep in the left-hand corner for the jump. That is good for three.
Question of maybe too little, too late.
Fields with 22.
We'll see.
Yeah. seems like every time, not every time, but when they get in a certain situation where they hit the three, they call timeout.
That zone's just not working. Not working at all. In fact, it's helped Atlantic City.
66-52, the Vikings are on top with 1:42 left in the ball game. Shore True Value Hardware in Summers Point hopes that you'll continue to shop locally. They offer friendly service and expert advice. At Shore Hardware, they'll do anything to help. They're open weekdays until 6, Saturdays until 6, Sundays until 4. Help is just around the corner at Shore True Value Hardware, 515 New Road in Summers Point. Phone 609-927-6464 or visit them online at shorehardware.com.
Yeah, it seems like every time Wildwood makes a little bit here, Atlantic City answers. And like I said, I'm really enjoying watching Bethea there, at the high post, against their zone.
Inbound pass comes to Atkins. Watched by Fields. Atlantic City with a basketball in no hurry. Timeout, substitution. Montague will sit. Some confusion on the court.
Yeah,
okay.
We got 5 fouls on, on Charles Fields there.
So checking in for Fields will be Rakeem Coyle, who had a cameo earlier in this game, but was 125. We'll see some more action here. Derry tosses in, comes to Atkins. Atkins, little trouble. Continues the dribble. Cross-court pass, good intention, but too high. Gene walks in front of his team and calls a timeout.
Gonna call a timeout again,
With 1:14 left in this ball game, Atlantic City on top by the count of 66-52. Score continues this way with just a little over a minute left. Harry Sachs will be talking things over with Gene Allen, the coach of Atlantic City. Boardwalk Acura Game of the Week is produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN FM. Boardwalk Acura, your trusted dealer for car loans, auto parts, and auto repair. Visit boardwalkacura.com. So Gene, talking over with his team, wants them to settle down here in the last 1:14, pretty much have the game in hand, leading it by 14. (66-52). Wildwood Catholic to inbound. It comes to Legler, who's been throwing up threes here in this fourth. He gets the step down the lane. Scoop is no good, and the rebound to Morgan with great position. Leaves it for Derry. Under a minute left. Derry whips left-hand corner for Cologne, outside for Atkins. And the foul called on Wildwood Catholic. That was on Smith, who's back in the ball game for the Crusaders. They are now over the limit. So Morgan shooting the one and the one. Morgan has rebounded the ball very well in this game. First, way off. Rebound to Thweet. To Legler. Fires cross court to Fields. Fields pulls up for the jumper that is no good, and the rebound again snared by Morgan at great position yet again. Cross court for Cologne. Whips ahead for Derry. Looks to flip it down low, but it's rejected, tossed away, and here's Fields. He's down the lane for the scoop that's no good, too far. Down court, Bethia for the stuff. That should officially do it. Long range jump is no good. Tipped up, no good. Out of bounds. Last touched by Atlantic City. May have been knocked off the leg of Morgan. C. No, pardon me. It's Atlantic City basketball. Inbound pass comes to Atkins. To Derry. Double teamed ahead for Cologne. Cologne just going to hold the basketball. Gives off to Morgan. To Bethia. And that'll do it. Atlantic City wins it 68-52 and will advance to the Cape Atlantic League final at Stockton University on Saturday. And you'll hear it and see it here at 97.3 ESPN FM and 97.3 ESPN.com. So Atlantic City knocks off Wildwood Catholic 68-52, winning it by 16 here from Apsagami. Played very well, especially defensively, giving up just 52 points. Pretty much their average. They average 68.5 and they give up 52. So that's exactly what the score says. 68-52, Atlantic City knocking off Wildwood Catholic. Attempting to talk to Gene Allen.
With Gene Allen and his son. I don't know who I really want to interview because the other night I talked to his son. He was ready to start talking to me. All right, Gene, give me some thoughts. Are you happy? You look like you got a little bit happy.
Yeah, I'm happy because 3 years ago we were kind of in the same situation and they really put it to us. So I'm happy that we had enough poise to win this game tonight.
Well, let me ask you one thing. So one thing that I was impressed with when he went to the zone and you had Bethea there at the high post, he did some kind of miraculous job there.
Yeah, he's a fantastic passer. As good as the scorer he is, he's an even better passer, in my opinion. The kid has an excellent basketball IQ, and I told him in the huddle several times I was very proud of the way he handled himself tonight.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, you look like this is one of the first times in a long time I've seen a team throw a zone against you, and you guys handled it perfectly, all right? Which doesn't always happen, I got to be honest.
No, you're right. It doesn't, but this group of kids really have a good basketball IQ, and we were able to do some nice things tonight.
Okay. All right, team. Got to go over there. Yeah, Tony wants to give you the thumbs up, all right? Little man, you want to say something? You think it was a good game?
Yes.
All right, that's it. It's small spoken.
Thanks very much, Harry. Okay, you heard it from Coach Gene Allen. His team victorious here this evening. The final score 68-52. They did it pretty much in convincing fashion as they really came on in the second half. I mean, they let it throughout, but I think the second half, anytime Wildwood Catholic tried to close the gap, Harry, they were right there, and they really refused to let them get back into it.
Yeah, Atlantic City, like we talked about, with Gene there, they tried everything. They tried to trap them. They threw a zone at them and everything. And, the one thing about Atlantic City is their defense stayed consistent. And one thing that I complimented Gene on is when they threw that zone against them, didn't bother them at all. Not even a little bit. And you got to give the credit really to Bethia there, who, like Gene said, he's got an excellent, basketball IQ, and he really showed it today when they needed him.
But you take a look at the scoring. David Atkins, outstanding basketball game, and he has really been coming on. You don't really think about him. You think about, okay, they've got the Bethia, they've got Morgan, they've got Derry, they got Cologne, but I'll tell you, he has really been a big part of the success the last few games for Atlantic City, and he could be a big part of how far they go in the state tournament as well.
Well, you can see with Atlantic City, they're not, just a Bethia. They share the basketball around, and when they look at the amount of assists that they had.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the scoring.
Right.
Morgan 11, Atkins 18, 13 for Derry, 14 for Bethia, and 10 for Cologne.
Right.
You can't get much more balance than that.
You can't get, better than that. And like I said, they're not the type of team where you're one-man crew and you stop him. No, everybody can contribute, and I think that's what makes them such a tough out, because you can't just center on Bethia because they've got weapons right across the board. And the other thing is, you got to have people that can handle the ball against them because they just put that pressure on, for the entire 32 minutes. And that can wear you down. And you were mentioning rebounding in the first half, that it was pretty close, but as it turned out in the end, it was 38 for Atlantic City, 29 for Wildwood Catholic. Yeah, well, Wildwood Catholic definitely had it in the first half, getting a lot of second chances and stuff like that. But, I'm sure that's another thing that Gene talked about, because you could see him on the sideline when they got second chances, off of rebounds, and he wasn't happy with that. So they cleaned that up, too. Taking a look at Wildwood Catholic, Fields leads the way, Khalib with 22 and 15 for Smith. Now, they did have some threes, but I was talking to Gene before the game. They played St. Joe's, of course, in the first round. And Ross and some others can really stick it from deep for St. Joe's. And I think the experience of playing them helped them in this game, although still they did give up some threes. But overall, defensively, he's got to be pleased. It was the timing that they gave up the threes. It was towards the end of the game when Atlantic City really was in control. Not that you want that to happen at all, but if you're going to pick a time when they hit them, you'd rather be up 15, 16 points, rather than, having to be a close game. So coming up next, stay tuned for Mainland taking on St. Augustine in the other semifinal. Of course, the winner of that game will play Atlantic City at Stockton University on Saturday, and you can hear that game and see that game as well as the girls championship as well right here at 97.3 ESPN FM. So for Harry Sachs, this is Tony Blum. Don't go anywhere. We're going to bring you the second game in just a moment. Final score once again from Apsagamby, the first semifinal. The number 2 seeded Atlantic City Vikings knocking off the number 3 seed 68-52. For Harry, this is Tony. So long for now.